Hey guys, Claire here, and in today's video, we're going to talk about all things Harry and Meghan. In the prior two videos, we touched on day 1 and day 2 of their Colombian trip, and in this video, we'll continue on with the remainder. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex visited a drum school dedicated to preserving cultural traditions and instilling pride in young students. The school offers musical education and social support for children ages 6 to 8. Harry and Meghan also participated in a little drum session. They looked so happy and relaxed. Ugh, I love that dress. And the reoccurring theme for most of the fashions worn by Meghan for this trip were, in fact, Colombian designers. And I love all of the looks. Now, this look was particularly popular. Now, this stunning fit is a two-piece. So it's not a dress. Originally, I thought it was a dress, but it's not. It's a two-piece. It's a crop top and a skirt. And yeah, it's sold out. The Meghan effect is real. For the next stop, the Duke and Duchess visited the historically significant village near Cartagena to celebrate its rich diversity. They were welcomed with a performance of the Colombian national anthem by local students and listened to speeches and performances by community leaders highlighting the importance of preserving the culture. The Duke of Sussex thanked the community in Spanish for their warm welcome, and the couple enjoyed a stroll through the town, experiencing the vibrant street market and community spirit. The visit underscored the significance of heritage preservation and community connection in Colombia. And might I just say, this look from Meghan, yes please. Also, how sweet is she?
No, I actually absolutely get it. I totally understand where the royalists are coming from, because can you imagine hating someone so much and they keep popping out like this? I would be sick. No, Meghan is just using Harry. Like, they don't really even love each other. This is a fake marriage. Man is in love. You cannot convince me that Meghan Markle doesn't have superpowers, where she uses all the hate she gets online to help fuel her fountain of youth. Because I'm sorry, the face card is absolutely platinum. And the most amazing part about all of this is, aside from just looking like the it couple, they're actually out there making change. They're actually out there helping people's lives. Like, how can you be so dark-hearted to hate this? I looked through all the images of them at the school. This little girl right here imprinted on Meghan and could not leave her side. If the little baby girl is okay with Meghan, I'm gonna go ahead and say that Meghan probably isn't this wicked witch of the West that you guys are making her out to be. I don't know, I'm just saying. This is the real reason why the firm and the royal family had to get Meghan Markle out of there. I hate to break it to all of you Meghan Markle haters. She is the people's princess. She reminds us of this, and we will continue to fight for her because all of y'all are so delusional to think that this educated, accomplished individual will bow down to your mocking of her online. It's just simply not going to happen.
The final day of the 4-day visit was indeed packed. To start off, the Duchess of Sussex participated in a panel discussion titled Afro-descendent Women and Power in Cali, Colombia. The event highlighted the achievements and challenges faced by Afro-Colombian women, leaders, and entrepreneurs. The audience enjoyed performances by Afro-Colombian musicians, and in the final panel, the women discussed their experiences as women of color in positions of influence and their efforts to empower the next generation of female leaders. The event also featured a fashion show showcasing local designers.
Hola. Ahí muy buenas tardes. Me gustaría empezar en español. Porque estamos en su país, mi marido y yo, y puedo sentir este abrazo de Colombia, y es increíble. Entonces, gracias, muchas gracias, porque la cultura, la historia, todo estaba como un sueño, este viaje. Y perdona si mi español no está perfecto, porque yo aprendí hace 20 años en Argentina, pero estoy tratando, porque acá puedo sentir esta comunidad, y este es el sentimiento que es lo mejor del mundo ahora. Entonces, gracias, vicepresidenta, mi amiga, muchas gracias. Y bueno, ahora en inglés.
Even after seeing and hearing Meghan speaking Spanish with our own eyes and our own ears, I have had people come into my comment sections, legitimately, come into my comment section and tell me that Meghan does not speak Spanish. The cognitive dissonance. Nonetheless, during this panel, she shared a lot of incredible tidbits. One that I particularly enjoy was her talking about silence and suffering. And she said it doesn't feel great to suffer in silence or sit in silence if in those moments you want to be heard. And I'm so happy that she has her freedom and her voice back.
Those are the elements that continue to inspire me to use my voice, because I also recognize how small it feels when you don't. It doesn't feel great to, as we've talked about, suffer in silence or even just sit in silence if in those moments you want to be heard or if you have something to say. So I think part of the role modeling that I certainly try to do as a mother is to encourage our daughter, who at 3, she has found her voice. And we're so proud of that, because that is how we, as I was saying, create the conditions in which there's a ripple effect of young girls and young women knowing that if someone else is encouraging them to use their voice and be heard, that's what they're going to do, and they're going to create a very different environment than so many of us grew up in, where our voices were meant to be smaller. And now in raising them, we're changing the conditions in the environment where everyone has space to be the best version of themselves.
The other tidbit that I really enjoyed was her calling this her chapter of joy. And from the photos and videos that I have seen over the past 4 days, joy radiates from Meghan and Harry. And for the fashion girlies, this beautifully detailed skirt is also from another Colombian designer. And the last video in the comments, someone requested that I do a video on all of the looks after the tour is over. So I will do that and focus primarily on the fashion for the other video. So hope that helps. And I'm just going to take this moment to say, if you guys have any specific video ideas that you want me to touch on, let me know in the comment section below. Also, did you guys see the moment where Meghan got up from her seat, went over to the side of the stage to adjust the fan so that the ladies can get some cool breeze? Very demure, very mindful, very considerate. We love that. Next up, the Duke and Duchess visited a youth organization where they were warmly welcomed and enjoyed salsa and hip-hop performances before joining the student dancers. The couple spoke with the youth, learning about their challenges and successes through music and dance. Prince Harry encouraged the attendees to inspire change in their communities, while the Duchess praised them for using art to support mental health. The visit highlighted the positive impact organizations and individuals can have on children's lives and promoting a more peaceful world. This particular engagement was so fun and carefree. The salsa dancing, chef's kiss. Now this is how you do a tour. And yes, that was shade.
Niho no minasama konnichiwa. Matawai dekte urishku omoimasu.
Muy buenas tardes. Me gustaría empezar en español. Porque estamos en su país.
For their final engagement in Colombia, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex made an appearance at the Petronio Music Festival in Cali. The festival is a vibrant celebration renowned for its dedication to Afro-Colombian music and dance. And did you guys peep that crowd? Massive. Harry and Meghan, ever the gracious guests, left this message of thanks to the Vice President. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex would like to extend their deepest gratitude to all event organizers, Vice President Francia Marquez, and the entire Colombian community for their incredible hospitality and an unforgettable trip. We also got to see videos and photos of the mayor of Cali and his beautiful wife meeting the Duke and Duchess at the festival. Now, this ex-user said, "That's a wrap for Harry and Meghan in Colombia. The world now sees this country in a whole new light. They celebrated Colombia's vibrant culture, warm-hearted people, music, and stunning and colorful landscapes, thanks to these two international dignitaries." Well said. Now, there's a particular interview on Times Radio that I found to be very interesting, and it discusses the differences between Harry and Meghan's current Colombian tour, the relevance, importance, and impactfulness of Harry and Meghan's tour to Colombia, as opposed to the previously problematic one from a then Prince Charles.
Of this visit and the frenzy that we're seeing does allow for this discussion, for the central focus of the trip around cyberbullying, female representation, and internet violence to come to the fore. I would also say that it's a very the non-royal nature of the visit is also actually really important. If you look at the history of Colombia and colonial forces in particular, by privateers over the course of the last few centuries. If we remember back, the last big royal trip was by then Prince Charles in 2014 to in theory boost bilateral relations, but actually only succeeded in generating controversy as Charles was seen to venerate British privateers who had historically sacked the region on the royal shilling. So I would argue that the non-royal nature of this trip actually makes it more important.
But that's why you keep hearing all this noise. They don't want you to focus on the work, because if you focused on the work and then started asking questions comparatively about the royal family, the working royals over in the UK, who are currently vacationing at Balmoral for the summer. But it must be awesome to have access to billions of dollars, multiple homes around the country, a plane, servants to help you do everything that needs to get done. And on top of that, work, 2 months out of the year? If that. And by work, I mean, I'm going to show up to the homeless shelter and take some pictures. That's what I mean when I say work. What Harry and Meghan do is actual work. They put their money where their mouth is by doing the work. The royal family cannot have you making that comparison. The British media that is pro-royal family, pro-monarchy, cannot have you thinking for yourself and asking, why are Harry and Meghan, how are they able to do all of this without any funding from the UK? Because once you start exercising some deductive logic and some critical thinking, you are dangerous.
This comment is so true with regards to Meghan and Harry and what they do for work. It was never about the work. It was the backstabbing, the Royal Rota, UK media, tabloids, leaking bad stories, the staff in between. Royal family could have done something about it, but they were actually causing it. And Harry and Meghan said, laters. And this is what I keep coming back to. And I think this is what people can't get their heads around, because they've just been fed so much negative and that they believe it all. Like, honestly, what I've seen over the last 3 or 4 days, especially with regards to Meghan, body language, that woman can do anything and people will be like, look at the narcissist at work. How dare she touch her husband? Look at the way she smiles. What is she wearing? Doesn't suit her. Then we go on to the lip readers. Oh my God. Where do these people get off? But they won't, because this is what the UK media has done. I blame the royal family, the royal roads, the UK media, tabloids. They all made this mess and they're enjoying it.
Just a moment. You want to know why Prince Harry at one point said that he preferred the Royal Rota to focus on poo? The Royal Rota dubbed them the Fab Four, even before the wedding. They immediately began comparing Meghan and Kate. Kate's mean girl antics did not help. One of the many examples was the awkward backstage lip gloss moment. Began to extend themselves beyond their world exclusives of gold-plated porta-potties or portaloos and began to cause division within his family. He barred them from the wedding chapel. They could gather outside the wedding chapel. This, they declared, an act of war. Pivot to now, the press from the UK are shut out. They are showing up late and wrong because they don't have the itinerary. So they are left to interview taxi drivers for content. They bash Harry and Meghan for their humanitarian work and call them irrelevant, yet their tabloid banner looks like this. If only they had a head of state who could bring harmony and peace to this entire situation. Don't forget to leave your comment.
All right, so let's talk about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle salsa dancing. So earlier today, these clips came out of Prince Harry and Meghan salsa dance, and she was doing a really good job. She was killing it, in my opinion. And now we know why she is so good at salsa, and that's because she took salsa class at Northwestern University. One of her former classmates actually shared this photo of her here. And here is a photo of a young Meghan Markle with her classmates in salsa class. So now we know why she's so good at it. Also, I'm not gonna lie, I was actually surprised about Prince Harry also being good at salsa dancing because I didn't know he had that kind of rhythm in him.
Hi Dan, I've just seen your kind of ranty post over on Elon's Ego site where you're calling out Prince Harry. No surprise there, because Harry has apparently said that part of the problem with the riots recently was disinformation being spread online, and you're outraged about it. It's like you're saying, how can he possibly know? Well, that's where I come in, Dan. I can help you out. That's because you and some of your colleagues on Fleet Street, as was, used to write lies about him all the time, and he never played the game with you guys. And then when he decided to call you out on it and take you to court, well, then you all got really nasty and wrote more lies about him. And then you used to be on GB News, remember, before you got fired, and you used to write or do articles every single day about him and his wife. All of them lies. All of them fabricated. So I guess out of all of us, he probably knows more about misinformation and lies being spread online by people who are out to undermine parts of our society than anybody else. But in fairness, he's not just talking about it. That's why he took you all to court. And so far, it's going quite well for him, that as well, isn't it? Like, he seems to have had a point. But anyway, just thought I'd help you out, because you seemed really confused about it and just angry. Whereas I think it's a perfectly reasonable assumption from somebody that's been at the end of you guys doing a bit of a hatchet job on them. Anyway, good chat, as you were.
The secret of anti-aging. A lot of people don't want to hear this, but it's being brown. It's genetics. Right now I don't have any filter on. I've got lovely lighting coming from the garden. I've obviously got markings and, wrinkles and stuff, but I'm going to be 50 this year. So I'm not a spring chicken. This is normal. This is natural. But you know what else? No hate. I think hate ages a person. And you can see that in people.
You sure can. This is a prime example of that.
Harry and Meghan, they're at it again. Another faux royal tour. Really?